Hello and welcome to Pointing. This is where I basically do pointless things. It's where I go around collecting all of the little collectibles and stuff like that. Specifically in this Fable adventure, I'm going to be collecting things from the lootable houses around the place, such as like the chests and things that are hidden inside doors, which is technically illegal, but, I do it in Pointing, so it's pointless, so it doesn't really matter. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I also read off the book details, the bits, the descriptions. I read off those books.
Just think, I can get those shoes I've always wanted.
Who is she? I want to talk to her, but I'm not sure if I should. Oh, she's the lady that we gave the money to.
Maybe I should give a party too.
Just...
Thank you again. Now I have this gold, I can get some bare essentials from the shops in Bowerstone North.
Okay, cool. Right, okay, then I'll go and read off some books now then, and then I'll be back later for some post-commentary if it runs over time.
Enjoy the rest of the day, sir.
Making friends. Among the gems of wisdom contained in this book are these. It is generally considered ill manners to hit people. Albion is a materialistic place. Shower people with gifts, and they'll love you for it. And performing a good deeds will make everyone appreciate you more. Book of Spells. Berserk. Berserk sends the hero into a frenzy and greatly increases speed and strength. Force Push. The spell creates a powerful blast of energy, which radiates out from the caster, sending nearby enemies sprawling. Useful, with greatly outnumbered. Enflame. Enflame blasts the area surrounding the caster with wave of fire. Lightning. This spell creates an arc of pure energy, which leaps from the fingertips of the caster to the target. Higher levels can strike more than one time at a foe. One foe at a time. Fireball. The magician's favourite. This creates a ball of fire in the palm of the caster's hand, which flies towards the target when released. Larger fireballs are extremely explosive. Assassin Rush. This spell propels the caster through space in a blink of an eye. As a victim is targeted, the spell enables the caster to move behind the unfortunate instantaneously. This thief's greatest friend, Turncoat. This insidious spell confuses the enemy, turning the target into an unwilling ally. Slow Time. Slow Time affects the very fabric of time itself, slowing everything in Albion to a crawl. Multi-Arrow. Once this spell is cast, each arrow fired is magically transformed into a multitude of death-delivering projectiles, causing much greater damage. Physical Shield. For the more passively minded, this allows the caster to reduce the damage of enemy attacks, but surrounding him in a protective sphere of energy. Heal Life. This allows the caster to trade in his magical energy for health, a magician's favourite. Drain Life. A singularly unpleasant spell, Drain Life allows the caster to heal himself by draining his enemy's life force. Multi-Strike. This spell imbues the user's blade with the ability to strike multiple times in a single blow. Combined with other spells, this little trick is devastating. Battle Charge. This battle charge propels the caster forward at great speed, swashing into any in his path, and blasting all nearby aside. Summon. Summon pulls an allied creature's soul from the netherworld to help the caster. If this creature kills another, it is replaced by the soul of the newly fallen victim. Ghost Sword. This spell summons a number of ethereal blades from the netherworld to do battle on behalf of the caster. The Guild of Zeros. This satirical pamphlet purports to a journey of a zero in training, and is a thinly veiled attack on the guild. This self-contained superiority of its members and the cult of celebrity that surrounds them. The author disappeared shortly after its publication. The Repentant Alchemist. This is a play by Philip Morley, Albion's most celebrated dramatist. It is the story of a Bowerstone innkeeper who discovers his wife is cheating on him with every man in town. As revenge, he concocts a new ale, which the particular properties of making anyone who drinks it die horribly if they should have indulged relations with the innkeeper's unfaithful wife. He soon finds himself without living customers and decides to partake of his maleficent beverage himself. Windbreaker Rulebook. This guide to making yourself obnoxious includes the following tips. Learn to swear, and do it whenever you please. Hit people for no reason at all, and break wind with wild abandon. Eyes of a Killer. The handbook gives some tips on making yourself scarier to other people, performing acts of good at evil, having evil tattoos applied to your body, and mastering your really nasty laugh are all considered winners. You are not a bad person. Originally written to help reformed bandits and serial killers to become accepted members of society, this book teaches you how to appear less scary to impressionable villagers. It seems not waving your weapons about, avoiding dark clothes or evil-looking tattoos, and letting out the odd giggle all work a treat. The Sock Method. Subtitled, How to Make Yourself Sexier in 10 Days. This guide advises its readers to master really heroic poses, learn to flirt, wear stylish clothes, and avoid bad haircuts. A Hero's Journey 1. Page 126. You stand before a rocky mountain and look up through the ragged clouds cloaking its peak. Suddenly, you feel a cold wind on your face. It seems to come from a cavern straight ahead. Its black mouth waits to engulf you as you move closer. If you choose to enter the cave, go to page 241. If you would rather take the path west of the mountain, go to page 37. The Rotten Apple. This classic political treatise urges the fruit metaphor to provide a theoretical solution to all of society's problems. The most controversial of these ideas involves the abolishment of the Heroes Guild, symbolised by a rare breed of crop-destroying insects immune to most parasites. By an extraordinary consequence, when taken literally, most of the advice is also extremely effective in actual fruit farming. Making friends. Among the gems of wisdom contained in this book are these. It is generally considered ill-mannered to hit people. Albion is a materialistic place. Shower people with gifts, and they'll love you for it. And performing good deeds will make everyone appreciate you much more. So, this is now can't be a bit confused there. There we go, got it. So yeah, welcome back to post commentary now. Then this is well, actually no, it's live commentary because I'm doing this while I'm playing. But yeah, so I've read off all the books that I've collected. I've collected a few more, which I'll probably read off towards the end of this episode if I need to. No, you cannot. I think I've got the box in here, haven't I? In fact, it's a bit dark. Let's use my lamp that I never use. I said that'll be light. My fiery sword of light. What was this? Ah, Lightbringer. Was that the name of his sword? Azor High, Lightbringer. That's what my sword is right now. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Right, I think I found out something else as well. I think the squinty eye doesn't affect me being spotted. Oh, the Oaktail Raid. That would be a good book to read. Oh, the Oaktail Raid. I'll read it off in a minute, actually. In fact, I do need to go to the graveyard to dig some things up, so I might read off those books then. But I think we're actually... Yes. I think we've actually finished looting around. The only place I need to loot around is in here. Which we're going to see if I can do it now. Should we have a look, shall we? Right, so it's a full eye right now. Squinty eye. See if it works, shall we? Wait for it to go down to a squinty. Go to a squinty, please. I missed that last one. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Go! The head tattoo. Oh my god, it worked. Sweet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. You're welcome. Don't look at me. Oh, I could have had it then. He is. He's a lovely bloke. Oh, great. Tusk's over there. He's going to look at me. Oh, he's going. He's going. Where's he going? I can do it. The sock method. Cool. Right, I do need to break these boxes. Can I break these boxes? I don't know if I can break these boxes. Ah, damn it. I apologise. Let me just reload that. Sorry! I'm sorry. A Hero's Journey 3. Page 167. The wasp-headed creature at the door is fooled by the past you took from Corderon's corpse and lets you in. The dark robes you wear as a disguise can't quite disguise your corpulent appearance, but the tavern's patrons paid little attention to you. The lack of windows in this underground chamber, the black curtains hanging raggedly from the walls, and small number of torches made it hard to see anyone clearly. In one corner is a group of assassins, hunched over a table and whispering. Near the door, 2 lizard men, a woman of great beauty but evil red eyes, and a large man whose hurtsy face gives him away as infected with a Balverine's bite, are playing a card game. To their left, the barman scowls as he pours a thick black liquid into a skull. If you order a drink, go to page 15. If you would rather join the card game, go to page 101. If you wish to sit close to the assassins and maybe try to listen in on their conversation, go to page 76. The Trials of Arkan. This epic poem was once taught in every school, but its themes were regurgitated as often by lesser versemen. It lost all of its power and is now virtually forgotten. It tells the story of a young boy whose village is destroyed by a band of savages. Orphaned, he is taken in by an old warrior who teaches him the ways of the sword. As a grown man, he slays an ancient creature and restores order to his world. That sounds an awful lot like our life. The Oakvale Raid. Written by one of the few survivors, this is a harrowing account of the night Oakvale was burnt to the ground in the most savage bandit raid in Albion's recorded history. Despite the honesty of the author's grief, the book raised some controversy by refuting the established theory that laid the blame on the bandits of the Twin Cheek clan and suggested that the feared Jack of Blades masterminded the attack. The Ugly Guide. Though admittedly written for a small market, the author of this manual has had many handy tips on making yourself less attractive. Among the chief ideas are eating plenty of fattening pies, releasing the uncomfortable build-up of bowel gases, and making rude gestures to the world of admirers. Right then. So, I'm now in this memorial garden. It's like a place where they bury people. I don't know if you knew that. Might be a little bit obvious, but you never know. You never know. So I'm going to try and dig up some graves. There is this thing over here which we'll read in a second, but first things first, I want to go down here. I want to read these things. This grave says, all work and no play is apparently the way the world works. Next one. The headstone says, I'm dead. Happy now? The grave reads, study in decomposition. Grave says, a bandit raid victim charred beyond recognition. The grave says, Rack the Archer made it to the 3rd round of the arena. The gravestone says, Gorian Gown died before the divorce could be finalised. The grave says, Orwin Gown cheated on his wife and paid the price. Oh my god, is that the person I think those are the guys that I told on him, because that was the person that died. You know, he was the one who was like, just don't tell me missus, alright? And I went, yeah, I'm going to tell him. Cool, well, that was interesting. Yeah, so we're going to go around here, read these stuff, and then we'll be off. The grave reads, thank you for reading this grave, now bugger off. It's rather rude of him, I suppose. I'm just looking around, paying my respects. The grave reads, a bandit raid victim charred beyond recognition. I must remember to go and dig that thing in a minute. Right, so now some of these you can dig up, which is why I'm going around looking at them. The grave reads, a bandit raid victim charred beyond recognition. Iron, this mad painter of Fianchi, strangled by his own hair. And we can dig this grave. Grave digger. In Oakvale, pointing. Health potion. Didn't do him any good. Mr. K. Dunn, dead at 2 gold per week. Word, oh. Mr. K. Dunn, dead at 2 gold per word. That's all you get. Cool. This grave reads, anyone want to swap places? Here lies Pete, who loved his meat. A feast for women. Oh, a feast for worms, his flesh they eat. This stone reads, name unknown. This travelling trader was passing through Oakvale on the night of the raid. This Twader Joe, who he bought this chocolates from. Stone reads, D. Carter, ever unconvinced there is life beyond death. The inscription says, S. Carter gave his life that Albion might live. Okay, this one. The grave states, Robert Crowley loved to death. He slept with nymphs. They stole his breath. Some people got a bit poetic in their thing. Grave reads, a bandit grave victim child beyond recognition. Here lies the infamous poet Miss M. Hill, gorged on too many words, and had his fill. Dig this one. Aha! What we got? A golden carrot. Good, those are the things that make it daytime. Garave says, you're standing on my head. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologise. Cool, right, we're going to do one more thing that we got out on that outside. But we'll read this one, if we can. Which we apparently can't. Okay, so we can't read that one, but we can dig up the treasure. Remember, this is where the... In fact, we'll do that in the main Let's Play. Because that seems like a quest, so we'll do that then. Just can't forget. In fact, I'll write that down now then. So we'll quickly go out here just to see one more thing that's out here. We're up to date on all our books and stuff. Right. Grave Digger Theory. Aha, ha, aha, ha. It's quite funny, because that's a theory for Game of Thrones. But yeah, that's us done. I do need to do the last episode that you've seen, because I've just finished Assassin's Creed Revelations. I'm just quickly doing this now before I do that, so we don't have to worry about doing all this. This grave reads, I love it! The world looks beautiful. I can't move around. It don't look that good. I do not hook, or whatever your name is. But yeah. Okay, so that's Oakvale pointing done. I'm now going off to...
Oh, am I pleased to see you here?
Oh my god, she's running up to me to try and flaunt herself. I'm not like that. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go off now then, record the next episode, or the last episode that you've seen. And then we'll be back here in some more pointing. It's probably going to be another town, I think. So I'll see you when we come back to this pointing side mission of this Tale of a Hero.